Hey yo, what is up guys? Your boy is back with yet another wrestling video. Star ratings will be in the description below, and so will my Instagram if you guys want to follow me there. So, today we are talking about what is kind of considered a very nostalgic show for a lot of people who grew up during this time, and I kind of see why, being that who won the Rumble and the World Championship match on the show, And yeah, so let's talk about it. Royal Rumble 2004. This show had one of the most mid undercard. I mean, it wasn't a pretty undercard. Yeah, you kind of see why today Triple H today just has 4 or 5 matches on a show. This had way too many matches that it needed. Yeah, especially for only like a 3-hour pay-per-view. I think they must have had, I don't even know how many matches. They must have had like 5 or 6 matches on the undercard before the Royal Rumble. So, yeah, let's talk about it. So the show opened with Evolution versus the Dudleys, that being Ric Flair and Batista for the World Tag Team Championships. This was a tables match. This wasn't bad or anything like that. One of my favorite parts was like early on in the match when Bubba had a table over on the other side of the ring and he threw it across and slid it like right into Batista. I thought that was pretty cool. Outside of that, this was a pretty smash mouth match until Jonathan Coachman, he eventually just comes out and he gets involved in this, and yeah, it kind of costs the Dudleys the match in the way because the Dudleys were going to try to put Jonathan Coachman through a table, and that ends up not really happening. And yeah, so then Batista puts, I want to say it was Bubba through a table. Yeah, it wasn't a very long match. It was pretty good, but you'll find things on TV and Raw far better than this undercard, pretty normally. So next up, we'll talk about Rey Mysterio versus Jamie Nobel for the Cruiserweight Championship. This was an incredibly short match. There's not a lot to say about this match other than Nydia was playing like some blind chick, ends up costing Jamie Nobel the match. It was only like 3 minutes. I really don't have that much to say about it. I mean, Ray hit like a cool springboard leg drop. Yeah, it was there. It was any match ever, really. Okay, so next up, Eddie Guerrero versus Chavo Guerrero. This was a pretty good match. I won't lie. I liked the whole Eddie wouldn't throw a punch at Chavo, and Chavo Sr. was out there trying to cheer on his son to a victory over Eddie Guerrero. And Chavo would just kind of like take advantage of Eddie Guerrero's hesitation. And yeah, it was a pretty good match. So like Chavo, he was going for like the 3 Amigos, and then Eddie, he stops. He stops on the second one. He hits the 3 Amigos, then he hits the Frog Splash, and Eddie Guerrero wins. He's going to No Way Out to challenge Brock Lesnar. So I don't really know when that was decided or when he won a #1 contenders match for that. So I am so sorry, guys. So yeah, it was actually this was a pretty good match. It was only like 10 minutes or so, but yeah, this is pretty entertaining stuff. Yeah, Eddie ends up just beating them both down after the match. He just bloodies Chavo in front of his dad. He's just totally snapped, and then he ends up tying his brother to the like ring ropes, and then he just starts beating him down, and Eddie just snapped, and it's like, lie, we cheat, we steal. So a good showing here for Eddie Guerrero, giving him that aggressive edge heading into his match at No Way Out, which I talked about last month, so definitely check out that review. Okay, Brock Lesnar versus Bob Holly. So this match is significant because it is part of Brock Lesnar's last. It's Brock Lesnar's it's his last championship win before exiting the WWE after WrestleMania 20. So this is, yeah, I think this is probably up until about 2014 when he defends against John Cena at Night of Champions. About how long between title defenses. So almost 10 years is really what that was. And this match sucked. This match, okay, it wasn't like the worst thing ever. It just was like, eh. Like, Bob Holly is a big, strong, pretty tough dude. Like, yeah, I can, like, he like, remember him in Tough Enough and how he just beat down on that dude? That was cool. But this was just, like, Brock Lesnar just had him in a bear hug. Bob Holly managed to get out of it. He had, like, a little bit of offense, but it wasn't even that long of a match. And then Brock Lesnar hits him with, like, an F5, and then he just wins. And it's, like, just takes off. And it's like, well, that was... And I'm not even, like, joking. Like, that was really the match. It was... there was a little bit, and then there was nothing for, like, 3 minutes. So, like... These matches are not giving me a lot to comment on. So, like, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, yeah, this great review here. And it's like, it's not, because there's nothing to really say about any of these matches outside of, like, some cool stuff like the Eddie and Chavo match. But, like, probably could have scrapped all these matches and just had them on SmackDown is really what I'm thinking. Just saying. But here is where the show picks up. Because we're going into Shawn Michaels versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. A part of their great historic feud that went from, like, SummerSlam 2002 all the way to 2004. And yeah, I can't believe they're still feuding after all this time. But gosh darn, here we go, world title match on the line. This was a wicked match. I remember back when I used to watch as a teenager, like, oh, that was pretty good. No, this was a wicked match. There must have been just wicked matches all the time back then, because I wasn't even raving about that. Gosh darn it. Why am I so tired? I literally slept for like 6 hours today. I slept for like 6 hours today. Ugh. Anyways, this match here was literally the best match on, like, all the singles matches or tag matches on this undercard. This match was wicked. I've always, like, say this about matches I really like, but this is definitely one of them. If you have not seen this match, and what is wrong with you? Why have you not seen this match? Go and watch it. This is like this is an actual last man standing match. It's not goofy. It doesn't have Bianca Belair driving around in a truck trying to run over Bayley and all these, like, weird dumb spots. No, this was emotion. This was hard hitting. This was two guys trying to win a world championship. It was iconic. It had blood. It had violence. It had grit. It had everything a great World Heavyweight Championship match would need. And this match was very, very good, and I liked it a lot. I liked how, like, 10 minutes in, both guys were just completely exhausted. I liked that Shawn Michaels was trying to work over Triple H's leg early on, because it's like, hey, if you can't stand, guess what? You can't be the World Heavyweight Champion for very much longer. So Shawn Michaels, he also goes for, like, this, they're, like, on the outside, and, like, Shawn Michaels goes for, like, this springboard, and Triple H ducks out of the way, and Shawn Michaels crashes through the announce table, and that looked pretty amazing. And Shawn Michaels comes out, and he's all bloody, and he's trying to, like, fight his way up, and Triple H just takes over the match. He beats down on Shawn Michaels for, like, a long time. It's like a spine buster. He hits him with the chair. Man, that chair shot looked vicious. The chair shots in this match were absolutely, like, just sheer violence. And damn. And then Shawn, like, it was, this is, like, where the match just picked up and became so emotional, because you're like, damn, this match could end at any time. And it was only, like, 10 minutes in, and, like, they're still swinging at each other, and they're just exhausted. They're dragging each other up by the ropes, and they can barely get up. So, yeah, this match, it was an absolute clanger. They left everything in the ring, and I think there's, like, a video of them after the match where they're both, like, getting stitched up. And, yeah, this match was really, 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 really good. I really love this match. This match is very, very nostalgic for me, and I'm looking forward to talking more and more about these matches coming up here in 2004, because 2004 is, like, one of those years I used to watch. Like, there was always, like, a great show, a match on these shows, so I'm looking forward to just talking about more and more of these shows coming up here for you guys. So, Royal Rumble 2004, might as well just say it, this is, like, the erased Royal Rumble show. You all know why. I don't have to explain. But, you know, I gotta talk about it. So, because I don't have anything to worry about, because I don't get paid money by WWE, unfortunately for me. So, Chris Benoit entered at number 1 of the Royal Rumble. And I must say, this is, like, most people's, like, favorite Royal Rumble. Like, a lot of people, like, love this Royal Rumble. And I see why. Like, this was great stuff. Randy Orton, number 2, he comes out. Randy Orton at the time was, like, going on to be a big deal. And I know, like 2004 Randy Orton, some people say that's, like, his best year. Oh, can't argue there. I'd say 2011 was really Randy Orton's best year. That Christian feud was off the chain. Randy Orton could just do no wrong in 2011, really. Like, he was very, very good. Very, very over. When was Randy Orton very good and very over? It doesn't matter. Anyways, so Randy Orton comes out, Chris Benoit, they have like a back and forth. And mind you, so like, this is kind of like the story of like the first half of this match was Chris Benoit and Randy Orton. So anyone else would come out and they'd like fill up the ring, like JBL, Mark Henry. I think Matt Hardy was out there at one point. Yeah, I don't have it all like listed out, but like Booker T came out. Yeah, so they're all in there having a Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying, dog? And then, so Chris Benoit and Randy Orton, after like 20, 30 minutes of this match, like they kind of like, they're getting close to like number, I want to say it was like number 15 or something like that. They kind of end up clearing everybody out of the ring again. And it's just kind of them in the ring. And then they kind of crack heads. They collapse on the ground. They're just completely exhausted. Next thing you know, Brodus Clay's theme music hits before Brodus Clay was even a thing in WWE. And Somebody Call My Mama comes on, and Ernest the Cat Miller hits the ring, and he's having like a dance segment. Everyone's kind of like laughing, and it's like they're both kind of like glide out. Orton and Benoit, they get up, and they toss him out of the ring, and that was the end of our comedic segment here, and it was very, very nice. So then, Kane, I guess I didn't really mention Kane here, and I think, yeah, Kane was eliminated before this, because Kane, he kind of comes out to the ring. Next up was, like, supposed to be The Undertaker, because that gong went off. That dong went off. Anyways, so, and then, like, Booker T eliminates Kane. Man, Booker T had Kane's number in these Royal Rumbles. I just didn't get to mention that, and I wanted to mention that, because poor Kane, watch out for Booker T. I think he does eliminate Booker T in one of these, but that's neither here nor there. All right, and then, like, another cool part was, like, what is it? Test was supposed to come out to the ring, and then Mick Foley, who we don't see at the time, takes him out. And then, like, Steve Austin's like, what did you do? What did you do? You took out my number 21 draft pick, my Royal Rumble pick. And then get out there. Get out there. Next thing you know, Mick Foley hits the ring. He goes after Randy Orton, eliminates Randy Orton. And that's how we lost number 2 in a great Royal Rumble performance for Randy Orton. He was the big story and one of the people who carried this match for a big bulk of it up until the end here. So this match, it just like totally picks up in like the last like 10 people of the match. Like it like gets like really good. Like RVD's in the ring, Kurt Angle's in the ring, Chris Jericho makes his way down to the ring, and that was actually pretty cool. And the Big Show gets down there, and yeah, so they're all going down. Like this is like the last like 10 people is like where this match just totally picks up and gets like really good. But like, so this match, it's really remembered for its ending. And it comes down to Chris Benoit, the smaller wrestler, a lot like Bret Hart 10 years prior. Well, not like at Royal Rumble, but you know what you'll see what I'm alluding to in my next review here. Benoit about to get thrown out of the ring by Benoit. Now, what a lot of people don't really realize about this is that Benoit was eliminating bigger people the entire night. Like, every big dude. I think he eliminated Rikishi, was like one of the big guys he also eliminated. So, yeah. You're like, oh, can Benoit get Big Show over? And he has him in, like, a face lock. And Big Show was, like, caught up on the ropes. And you're watching Benoit just struggle, trying to get him over the ropes. And, yeah, it was a wicked moment to watch Benoit win this and get the W. And at the time, I believe Benoit was a lot of people's favorite wrestler. Like, a lot of the hardcore fans obviously would love Chris Benoit. And obviously, he's still talked about and remembered to this day for at least for some of his more positive aspects of being a great pro wrestler. And yeah, so this was a wicked Royal Rumble. I totally understand why people rate this as one of their favorites and one of the best. It's just unfortunate that by time now it has become totally essentially forgotten about, and we can't, and like WWE can't acknowledge it or talk about it anymore. Even though it was had a great world title match and a very great Royal Rumble, it just has it stained by the unfortunate person who won it. And yeah, but I'll be talking more about him in my next review, because next up we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 20. So stay tuned for that, guys. Anyways, peace out.